Also, they're going to be talking about this. It's our other top story, the Guthrie family clinging to hope as we are now less than 12 hours away from the second and final deadline that was set in the alleged ransom note for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie.
So the family is now saying they will pay, sending this heart-wrenching message to their mother's abductors over the weekend.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Matt Finn is live outside of Nancy's home in Tucson, Arizona with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. Just unfathomable to think what Savannah Guthrie and her family is going through this morning. We're entering the final hours before these alleged captors have issued a deadline asking for millions of dollars to return 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Now, yesterday, Fox captured video of an investigator using a pole to probe what appears to be a water hole or drainage pipe behind Nancy Guthrie's house. And then on Saturday, Fox Digital captured investigators at the home of Savannah's sister, Annie, apparently taking pictures on the property at night. Law enforcement in an unmarked car spent about 2.5 hours at the sister's house Saturday night, which is about 4 miles away from Nancy's home. Now, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett questions if this is a legitimate kidnapping situation.
There's no way of knowing if the suspected kidnappers can be trusted to keep their word, and their failure to provide a conventional proof of life raises some deeply troubling questions. Is this really a kidnapping for ransom? I mean, nobody can say for sure. These people, they're pretty savvy. They utilized a secure encrypted server to conceal the sender's location, to hide the IP address. That's difficult to penetrate.
The Pima County Sheriff posting yesterday, the Nancy Guthrie investigation is ongoing. Follow-up continues at multiple locations. No suspect, persons of interest, or vehicles have been identified. No scheduled press briefings. If any significant developments occur in the case, a press conference will be called. Now, that statement says no suspects or persons of interest identified publicly. But over the weekend, there was a lot of activity on the ground here, and it seems like investigators are building a case. A lot of activity going on behind the scenes. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Fox News contributor now, criminal defense attorney Josh Ritter rejoins us covering the case live on the ground in Tucson. Josh, do you know what's coming out of the gas station? Evidently, they were looking for a certain car at the gas station. The gas station owner said the investigators came in. They were looking for one thing in particular on the tape, and then they just left. Do you think that that's something that could be hot today?
Let's hope so. I know they have been following up on leads that there was I don't want to call it a suspect vehicle, but a white van that they were interested in. They had been collecting video from local Circle K gas stations because they do have surveillance. So they were looking in the area at tape from those different locations. But it's been unclear as to whether or not that was a suspect vehicle or a vehicle that had been described as being suspicious in the area, and they're just following up on these leads. What you can tell is that any little bit of information they get, they're really tracking it down as best as they possibly can.
You know, they're searching the septic tank. They're going back to Savannah's sister's house to search that. They're confiscating cars. They're looking at video from the parking lot of a local mall, 2 gas stations. You mentioned the Circle K. Do you think they have information and maybe they're close to solving this case and maybe we'll find out this week because it's already been 9 days. There's a lot of pressure on the local law enforcement there on the ground. What do you think in your experience? Will we have answers this week?
I'll tell you this, I'm encouraged by the idea that there's activity. I think we'd be in a much more dire situation if we were hearing that they weren't doing anything and it was just a wait and see situation. But the idea that they are going out, we saw that they were taking photographs at the sister's house. We saw that they were retrieving video camera from Nancy's house, the searching of the manhole covers. All of this at least is activity, and it looks like they're doing their best to gather as much information as they possibly can. Now, what's interesting and what we're not being told is whether or not that is following up on leads? Is that new information? Is that witnesses coming forward telling them, hey, you should look into this? Is that information that they're receiving in the ransom notes? We don't know. Or are they just simply following up on, hey, by the way, did we ever check these manhole covers? Did we ever retrieve that camera? And it's just they're furthering their investigation. That's the part that we're unclear on.
Josh, and forgive me, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but so there's two investigations that's happening. It's the investigation to the person that is releasing these messages to the media, but they're also still searching other suspects and they don't have any right now, but they're trying to follow leads. The family have said they're going to pay today. Is there a way of tracking once they pay today to figure out who gets it? Because they said that the Bitcoin link is real.
Yeah, that's a great question. So Bitcoin is not as secure as many people may think. I spoke to an expert dealing with Bitcoin just yesterday and asked that same question. Are they able to track this stuff? And they actually have the ability to track that type of information way more than we may realize. One interesting thing is that these wallets have a number. It's like an account number. And they keep this information if that account number has ever been used for any prior illegal activity, and they can monitor that account number. And the difficult part, too, is once that Bitcoin is transferred, well, you've got to turn that into usable money somehow. They've got to transfer that from Bitcoin into U.S. dollars or whatever they plan on using it for. That transaction is also trackable as well. So this is not something that even if the ransom is paid, that might be the best way to kind of smoke out these kidnappers.
So do you understand? So they could very easily deposit that $6 million, I guess, in that Bitcoin account, and that could have nothing to do. That could just be that could have nothing to do with their mom's disappearance, because as far as we could tell, they didn't get that proof of life.
No, that's an excellent point. They have never told us whether or not they feel that this ransom note and notes are actually verified. In fact, they continue to refer to the notes as being unverified. So we don't know. We don't know if there's any information contained in those notes that they know only law enforcement or the kidnappers would be aware of. Now, I will say that the way that Savannah and her family are releasing a statement seems to indicate that they are taking these ransom notes seriously. Right. Certainly the idea of saying that they're going to pay means that they're taking them seriously, but they have not received any proof of life. But perhaps there is other information that we're just not aware of inside those notes that lead them to believe that they are, in fact, legitimate.
Yeah, it was watching that video of Savannah talking over the weekend, and she said, we got your note, and we understand. How hard would that be to say that, to tell your mom's captor, we understand? Just trying to, to relate to that individual has to be excruciating. Thank you so much, Josh. You can watch Josh coverage with Josh. It's streaming live on foxnation.com.
I believe at 5 p.m. That show will start every single day.
Very important show. Thanks, Josh.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.